So is the real smarts here in the hardware or is it in the software? Because like, can anyone just send a drone up on a certain path to map out the topography of their project and then feed that into the software? Or does it have to be specific drones?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. The major miracles are happening not in the drone part.
Yeah.
So the drones are highly available right now. DJI, perfect. You just click, order it, and in a
Yeah.
couple of days it gets delivered to your house or whatever.
Yeah. I
Like
just bought one.
easy, easy, right? Like so many software providers that allow you to make the flight mission, right? Because you not only have to have the drone, you also have to give the flight mission to the drone so that automatically it will launch and run this scan. It's like zigzags, which would make the pictures with
Ah,
specific overlaps following the specific path. It's not the pilot who is doing that. It's the automated software that is doing that.
gotcha.
The pilot
Okay.
is only, he only has to kind of set up the borders of the project and then it goes by itself. The major miracle is actually happening on two things. One, regularity of this scan. So the
Hmm.
company who wants to kind of introduce this technology for their operations, they have to understand that it shouldn't be the special occasion to do the drone scan. It has to be
Hmm.
like a scheduled thing. Like every Monday, the whole team is getting the scan, and that's for that
Sure.
you need to establish a lot of processes. You need personnel, you need people for that. You need processes. You need like all the documents, all of that, right? So it's kind of a headache, but at the same time, um, like it pays off. So regularity is one thing. And the other thing is, what do you do with this data? So you need the software, the UI, some interface for your team to ultimately use this data. And how we
Sure.
see this is that it could be, um, like a dead path when you only think that, oh, well, that's tech, that's the data, and so only engineers should work with this ultimate data, and they will provide us field personnel with the insight. No, that doesn't make it easier. What does
Sure.
make it easier is when everyone on the project team, starting from field and up to the office, like VP of land development guys, any people collaborating with the city authorities, any project managers, when they have the access and tools to measure and assess the drone data. So I see
I
those
mean,
two major things. Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like if you go and get a MRI scan or a CT scan, like you need the doctors to be able to read it. Like they get the data, but it's got to be put into a format that people can actually understand, right? Like it. So
Absolutely, absolutely. If you
yeah,
just, and also it's the level of adoption, I might say, right? Like you can
yeah,
only just look at the picture and you will get so much value out of it for communication. Many people say that this is a storytelling tool for them, right? Like in order to explain the issue that is happening on site, you either spend the hour on the phone or on the Zoom call on the meeting to explain what is really happening on the job site, explaining non-construction people with construction problems, right? Pictures help.
sure,
But the other thing is like, let's say foreman or superintendent, they don't really need a picture. They usually need numbers. Like, okay, what's my
right,
side balance, right? Like how much cut and how much fill I have here, and what would be my grading
sure,
strategy so that I don't have the excess of dirt? How should I
yeah,
distribute the equipment here and there so that it works to the most efficient degree, etc., etc. For that, they need measurable interactive tools. And this is where,
sure.
like you need that. You need to implement that. And for that, you need to overcome some, hesitation that it can happen.
If you enjoyed this topic, you are definitely going to enjoy episode 272 with Aaron McKay, which was called Converting More Leads and Showing Your Expertise, where in that episode, he did talk about how you can use drone technology a little bit more in the residential space. Episode 345, where I talked about the Hub, which is a new technology we've developed to help trade businesses manage their entire businesses, especially sales and marketing. So we'll put some links to them in that post. Go check them out. Please be sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on our next episodes. I'd love to hear your feedback or your experience on this podcast. So please leave us some comments and let us know what you'd like to hear in upcoming episodes.